Hi guys, good day. So let's discuss. Our topic for today is about verbal and non-verbal communication. Though I have defined what communication is before, let's go back to the definition of communication. Okay, let me add on to my definition before. When we speak of communication, guys, actually, guys, this is a two-way two-way traffic. Okay, when we speak of communication, it's a two-way street where we constantly share information, feelings, and intentions. Broadly speaking, broadly speaking, human communication is split two main channels, which are verbal and non-verbal. Okay, so let us discuss this further. Okay, so the second slide. We have here non-verbal. Okay, so non-verbal communication says here, it refers to communication that does not make use of language to communicate other than words. Non-verbal communication involves body language, appearance, and silence. That is non-verbal. Okay, so let me discuss this further. Beside from that, guys, take note that nonverbal communication happens without words because it says there, diba? It says there that it's the use you have to use your body. It involves body, language, and appearance and silence. So, therefore, nonverbal communication happens without words. It involves only body language, expressions, and physical cues. Okay? Physical cues that send subconscious or conscious signals. We may also have here our facial expressions. For example, we smile, we raise our eyebrows. Gesture is also under nonverbal. Your hand movements, pointing and waving, no? Another thing is body language and posture. Crossing our arms, it has meaning. Leaning forward or even standing tall, it has meaning also. Nonverbal also has something to do with your eye contact, looking someone in the eye, blinking rapidly, or looking away is also nonverbal. Okay? And then paralanguage, the tone of voice, your pitch, volume, pace, and tone, how you say words rather than the words themselves. Okay? Proxemics also is under nonverbal. Okay, well, let's include that one here. Personal space. How close and how far you stand relative to others. Another would be the haptics, the touch, handshakes, hugs, a pat on the back. That's nonverbal. Okay, so what would be the focus here, guys? How you project yourself. It provides context, emotion, and nuance to verbal messages. Okay, so that's verbal. Next, let's move to another one, which is now verbal. It says in this slide, verbal communication refers to communication that does not make use of language to communicate and expressing ideas or emotions. Communicators utilize speech to express or communicate what they wish to say or communicate. Although spoken community is usually or frequently, thought of when the phrase verbal communication is used. Written communication is also a form of verbal communication. So take note, guys, that in verbal communication, our communication relies on words, whether spoken and or spoken or written. So transfer of transfer, no? It could be verbal, could be spoken or written to transfer a message. So I repeat, guys. So when we speak of verbal communication as an add-on to what is in the presentation, verbal communication relies on words, whether spoken or written, to transfer a message. So for spoken or oral, it could be face-to-face. So face-to-face conversations, phone calls, video chats, speeches, podcasts, that's spoken oral. For written, guys, could be your text messages, no? Text messages, emails, letters, articles, reports, social media posts is also under verbal communication. And take note that here, guys, it relies heavily on language structure, vocabulary, and grammar to convey precise thoughts and complex ideas. So that's verbal, guys. So again, there are two forms of communication. You have to take note: verbal communication, and the non-verbal communication. Next slides. Let's have here verbal versus nonverbal. What do we have here? Medium. Verbal communication employs spoken or written language, whereas nonverbal communication utilizes body movements, expression, and other visual cues. Explicitness. Verbal communication is often more explicit and direct as words convey specific meanings. Nonverbal cues can be more abstract and require interpretation. And here we have here speed. Verbal communication can convey information more rapidly than nonverbal cues, which might need more time to be observed and understood. So here, guys, okay, let me explain this further, okay? So here, in this slide, contrast verbal, the nonverbal communication across the three key dimensions. What are those? We have medium, explicitness, and the other one is speed. So take note. Let's go back to medium. How the message is delivered. Okay? So it talks about how. When we speak of medium, how the message is delivered. Could be verbal communication or non-verbal communication. Let me go back to this. When we speak of verbal communication again, guys, it relies on structured language, either spoken again, spoken aloud, or written down in words. And then for the non-verbal communication, it relies on physical and visual indicators, such as, for example, I mentioned this a while ago, posture, your facial expression, your eye contact, your hand gesture, and body movements. Let's move to the explicitness. Okay, what is this explicitness all about? How clear, direct the message is. Okay, for verbal communication, highly explicit and direct. Words have defined meanings, making it easier to state precise facts, instructions, or thoughts. For nonverbal communication, guys, it's more abstract and subtle. Okay, so or substyle. A single gesture or expression, like for example, like sign or a smile, can mean different things depending on the context. And also not only the context, but guys, but depending on culture, the mood, meaning it requires interpretation by the listener. That's why the reason why if the word I love you, it's the word I love you really is a sweet words hearing from a person who is in love. But it would be different. It could have a different meaning depending on how its delivery. No? If I say, I love you, if my tone is different, it would give a different meaning. No? It would not be a sweetest word if your face is somewhat different. Okay? So it depends upon the one who give the message, and the one who interpret the message. Okay? And then for the speed, guys, we have here verbal communication can convey information more rapidly than nonverbal cues, which might need more time to observe or and understood. So here, guys, when we speak of speed, how fast? We have to take note of this. When we speak of speed, it talks about how fast the message is processed. Okay? Under verbal communication, guys, allows for rapid transfer of detailed information. So you can quickly state a complex idea or give a direct command. For non-verbal communication, it takes time, of course, to observe and decode. The listener needs to notice the visual cue, evaluate the context, and understand what the physical signal actually implies. So the first one is very fast for verbal. For non-verbal, it takes time. Okay, because you have to look at, even I told you a while ago, even though the sweetest word could have a different meaning, no? So you have to look at the person who is delivering the word, the sweetest word, I love you, because it might give a different meaning, no? It will give another meaning, whoever will be the one to receive it, if it will be delivered in a different tone, it will be different in different manner of saying it, okay? So next, let's move on to the next slide. The next slide would be about, again, still the same, non-verbal versus verbal, but this time let's talk about cultural variability. When we speak of this, guys, it talks about verbal communication can be influenced by language and cultural nuances, while non-verbal cues can have universal meanings or vary significantly across culture. And then for explicitness, guys, non-verbal communication can provide insights into underlying emotions that might not convey through words. Verbal communication might sometimes lack this depth, and then there's a misinterpretation. Verbal communication clarity can vary based on language proficiency and tone. Nonverbal cues can also be misinterpreted due to cultural differences or personal biases. So let us discuss this further. Okay. So we have here, guys, this slide are actually this presentation. Okay, highlights the key distinction and interaction between verbal communication, spoken and written words, and nonverbal communication, body language, gesture, tone, and facial expression across three dimensions, which are cultural variability, explicitness, and misinterpretation. So cultural variability, I mean. So here, shaped heavily by specific languages, dialects, idioms, and regional nuances. So some expression like gesture, smile, your gesture, some expressions of your gesture could be a smile, are almost universally recognized, but many body gestures also or boundaries regarding personal space vary dramatically depending on culture context. For explicitness, guys, it has something to do with emotional depth. Okay? So for nonverbal, reveals raw underlying emotions, attitude, and even feelings that a person might not state directly or may even try to hide. And then verbal, while explicit, is attainable. Facts, words can sometimes feel flat or lack emotional nuance without nonverbal framing. Okay? So take note of this, guys. So misunderstanding, we have their misinterpretation. So there will be a potential for misinterpretation. So misunderstanding often stem from language barriers, of course, vocabulary limitation or unclear tone of voice. And then take note that's for verbal, no? So for non-verbal, for misinterpretation, prone to misinterpretation when observers project their own personal biases, or misread cultural body language, interpreting eye contact or avoidance or disrespect rather than differences. So I hope uh, you learned something to this topic that I have presented about nonverbal and verbal communication, guys. Okay? So take note of this core concept that we have, okay, about verbal and non-verbal communication. Unless you have questions, okay, you have questions about the topic. Okay, anybody would like to ask question, you may raise your hand if you have question. Okay, so take note, guys, very important, guys, that effective communication requires balancing, no, both spoken words and non-verbal signals. While verbal communication really delivers the clear structure content of a message. Nonverbal communication provides the emotional context and authenticity beneath it. Because both mediums carry a high risk of misinterpretation, guys, due to cultural differences, language barriers, and individual biases. Achieving true clarity depends on aligning what is said with how it is expressed. Okay, take note of that, huh? Depending. The clarity depends on aligning what is said with how it is expressed. So I hope you learned something about verbal and non-verbal forms of communication. Okay? Bye, guys. That's it for today. Bye, everyone.